Welcome everyone to today's video where we delve into the profound insights of one of India's most controversial yet influential figures, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, and his visionary concept of Hindu Rashtravad through a series of key points. Early life and education. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar was born in Bhagur, Maharashtra in 1883. He showed a remarkable memory despite average academic performance. He pursued English education in Nasik and later joined Fergusson College, Pune, where he was drawn to revolutionary ideologies. Revolutionary activities. Savarkar became a prominent figure at Fergusson College, actively participating in secret revolutionary organizations like Abhinav Bharat. He organized meetings and later established the Free India Society in London, continuing his revolutionary activities even abroad. Arrest and imprisonment. Savarkar was arrested in 1910 for involvement in a conspiracy and sentenced to 50 years imprisonment. He endured 14 years of harsh confinement, first in Andamans and later in Ratnagiri jail. Despite his suffering, he managed to write his seminal work Hindutva, published under the pen name Maharatta. Post-imprisonment activities. Upon his release in 1924, Savarkar joined the Hindu Mahasabha and eventually became its president. He worked tirelessly for Hindu unity until 1947, facing frustration and disappointment due to the partition of India. Legacy and death. Savarkar passed away in 1966, leaving behind significant contributions to the concepts of Hindutva and Indian nationalism. His theoretical writings continue to influence discussions on Hindu revivalism and national identity. Concept of Hindutva. In his work Hindutva, Who is a Hindu?, Savarkar conceptualized Hindutva as more than just a religion. It represented the entire civilization and cultural history of India. He argued that Hinduism was a part of Hindutva, which encompassed the spiritual, religious, and civilizational aspects of Indian life. Definition of Hindutva. Savarkar viewed Hindutva as a grand concept distinct from mere religious dogma or creed commonly associated with ism. He believed that linguistic usage hindered the true understanding of Hindutva, suggesting that Hinduness would have been a more fitting term. Scope of Hindutva. According to Savarkar, Hindutva encompassed all aspects of Hindu life, including thought and activity. Understanding the term required grasping the essential meaning of Hindu and its profound influence on millions. Differentiation from Hinduism. Savarkar emphasized that Hindutva transcended the limited and sectarian connotations of Hinduism. He sought to investigate Hindutva on its own terms, distinct from religious or theocratic dogma. Focus on present reality. While acknowledging speculative inquiries into what should be, Savarkar stressed the importance of understanding what is. He urged caution against straining the meaning of Hindu beyond its current usage while acknowledging the potential evolution of the term in the future. Future possibilities. Savarkar envisioned a future where Hindu might signify Indian citizenship rather than religious affiliation. However, he deemed this possibility remote until cultural and religious biases dissolved, creating a common platform for the state. Pragmatic approach. Despite acknowledging future possibilities, Savarkar advocated for a pragmatic approach grounded in the present reality of Hindutva and its societal implications. Unity through common identity. Savarkar emphasized the importance of maintaining bonds of common identity such as a shared name and banner for cultural or national unity. He believed these bonds were crucial for organic cohesion and strength. Incorporation into Hindu fold. Savarkar suggested that individuals, regardless of nationality, could become part of the Hindu fold if they adopted Indian culture, history, and regarded India as their fatherland and holy land. Criteria for Hindutva. According to Savarkar, individuals who considered India as their fatherland and holy land were Hindus. This definition encompassed followers of various religions of Hindustani origin, forming what he termed as Hindu Dome. Definition of Hindutva. Savarkar defined Hindutva as the complete history of the Hindu race, not limited to spiritual or religious aspects. It encompassed all aspects of Hindu life and culture, shaped over millennia by various figures and events. Foundations of Hindu nation. Savarkar argued that the Aryans who settled in India formed the foundation of the Hindu nation. He identified geographical unity, racial features, and a common culture as the pillars of Hindutva. Territorial concept. Savarkar viewed India's territory inseparable from Hindu culture and people. He considered the Indus River as the western border of the Hindu nation, interpreting Sindhu to encompass the entire Indian subcontinent. Broader interpretation of Sindhu. Savarkar interpreted Sindhu not only as the Indus River but also symbolically as the sea representing the entire Indian landmass. He coined the term Sindhustan to evoke the image of the entire Indian subcontinent. Geographical unity and ethnic logic. Savarkar viewed the Indian subcontinent bounded by rivers, seas, and the Himalayas as a perfectly designed geographical unit. He believed this natural enclosure fostered a sense of unity and nationality among the early Aryans. Racial and ethnic unity. Savarkar rejected the idea of a nation-state based on abstract social contracts. He emphasized that Hindus were not just citizens but a race united by common origin and blood. This racial argument reflected influences from European writers like Spencer, Darwin, and Huxley. Racial criterion for Hindu nation. Savarkar minimized internal divisions within Hindu society by highlighting the binding factor of blood. He believed that Aryans and indigenous populations intermingled and foreign converts could become Hindus by marrying Hindus and adopting Hindu culture. Racism of domination. Savarkar's racism was more about domination rather than biological purity. He was influenced by the rationale of the caste system, which established a hierarchical social order, while constructing a biological ideology of race was challenging in the Hindu context. A racism of domination by the upper caste was inherent. India as the home of Hindus. Savarkar emphasized the significance of India to Hindus not because it was inherently superior but because it was deeply intertwined with their history, being the cradle of their prophets, heroes, and gods. Organic growth of Hindu nation. According to Savarkar, the Hindu nation was not a fabricated entity but an organic growth deeply rooted in Indian soil, with its roots struck deep and wide. Territorial versus religious or racial unity. Savarkar contrasted the Congress's belief in territorial nationalism with his belief in the importance of religious, racial, and cultural affinities in forming nations. He criticized the Congress for overlooking these fundamental principles. Alignment of Hindu and national interests. Savarkar asserted that Hindu communal and national duties were aligned, as the best interests of Hindu Dome were synonymous with the best interests of India as a whole. He believed that Hindus were the foundation upon which an independent Indian state could be built. Hindu patriotism and Indian patriotism. Savarkar asserted that true Hindu patriots were inherently Indian patriots as well, owing to their deep love for India as their fatherland and holy land. He believed that this love for India was the reason why Hindus predominated in the national struggle. Resurrection of Hindus. Savarkar envisioned the resurrection of Hindus who survived national cataclysms due to their fitness to survive. He emphasized the importance of Hindus flourishing as descendants of a mighty people. National language and script. Savarkar advocated for Sanskrit as the sacred language and Hindi as the national language, considering Sanskrit as the richest and most cultured ancient language. He proposed Hindi, derived from Sanskrit, as the national language and the Nagari script as the national script. Name of the country. Savarkar insisted on the name Hindustan for the country, derived from the original word Sindhu, signifying the land of the Hindus. He believed that other names like India or Hind could be used, but only to denote the same sense. Role of Hindu Mahasabha. Savarkar saw the Hindu Mahasabha as the national representative body of Hinduism, focusing on the regeneration of Hindu people. He believed it was not a communal body but a pan-Hindu organization shaping the destiny of the Hindu nation in all aspects. Decline of Hindu Mahasabha and rise of RSS. Despite early prominence, the Hindu Mahasabha declined, while the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh (RSS) developed steadily, becoming the principal standard-bearer of Hindu nationalist ideology, deeply influenced by Savarkar's views. I hope you learn. Thank you very much.